The Baltimore Ravens are going to make some noise in the NFL in 2024. And on this edition of Ravens Rundown, we are going to tell you why you shouldn't sleep on the flock. Welcome into the program. Tyler Jones here with you. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. I got 5 bold predictions for your Baltimore Ravens heading into this season. Before we do that, though, if you're like me, and you believe in the Baltimore Ravens, here's what I need you to do. I need you to spam B for Believe in the comments section. Who knows? Maybe Lamar is watching, or Harbaugh, or DeCosta, the ownership group. We want to make sure our voices are heard loud and clear. I need at least 100 Bs in the comments section to show your belief in this Baltimore Ravens team. This is the year for the Baltimore Ravens. Let's make our voices heard loud and clear. Spam B in the comments section. We'll get started with today's show. Number 1, Lamar Jackson can win the NFL's Most Valuable Player Award again for a third time. A 2-time NFL MVP already. Lamar well on his way to being a future first-ballot Hall of Famer at this point. But what's crazy to think about last year's MVP season, with the Ravens having the best record in the AFC and how well Lamar played and how much better he played down the stretch, it still wasn't, if we're going to be honest, that great of an MVP season statistically speaking. I would argue that with Lamar adapting and picking up the offense in the first half of last year of Todd Monken's new system, that his best football is still in front of him as far as what he could maximize his potential to excel in this system going forward here. Lamar's resume is fantastic, right? 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time NFL MVP. He's led the league in passing touchdowns back in 2019. But there's still another step up. I think we're going to see Lamar really just take over and elevate his play to another level. But then the next factor I think we're all waiting for is that big game performance, right? It was last year, getting over the hump, getting past the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game. We saw some moments in the regular season last year. The game against the Niners, that was a big deal to win that one on Christmas and some of the other opponents. Now for Lamar, taking that next step going forward, I think that he'll be better, not just statistically, but you'll see him win those big games, and that'll put him in position to get his 3rd NFL MVP award. What do you guys think? Can Lamar go 2 in a row when it comes to the NFL's Most Valuable Player of the Year award? What do you guys think? Y for yes, in for no. Tell us in the comments section if you think Lamar can do it again or not. Number 2, Derrick Henry. Father Time is not going to be able to defeat Derrick Henry, at least this time round. I don't think Derrick Henry, despite changing teams and getting another year older, is going to slow down at all. I don't think that when you look at Derrick Henry, what he's done so far in his career, he's shown no signs of slowing down at this point. In this Ravens offense, who has a much better offensive line, I think, and we'll talk more about the offensive line here in just a moment, than what he dealt with in Tennessee, a better run game around him, guys like Lamar and Justice Hill and Keaton Mitchell and Rasheen Ali, more guys to work off of compared to what he had in Tennessee. I think you're going to see a rejuvenated Derrick Henry. I think Derrick Henry is going to have a very good season in 2024, and he's coming off a year, even with everything that went on in Tennessee last year, with a bad offensive line, a bad offense, another year older. He was still a Pro Bowl back that rushed for over 1,100 yards last year. So Derrick Henry, in a system where I don't think he's going to be asked as much because of the talent around him compared to what he was in Tennessee, is still going to excel, I think, at a high level. There's no reason for me to sit here and say just because he's a year older that things are going to change, that Derrick Henry is not going to be great in 2024. I think you're going to like what you see out of Derrick Henry this year. Father's Day is just around the corner, and we got the perfect gift for Dad, folks. Go to chatsports.com/RavensDad, because there's no dad like a Ravens dad, and get these Ravens #1 dad shirts. And what I love about this is that this is just not a Father's Day thing. You could wear this shirt year-round. When you get to the stadium this year, why would Dad not want to wear a shirt that shows off him being a Ravens fan and being the #1 dad around? Go see for yourself. These are actually on sale now. You can get these right in time for Father's Day at chatsports.com/RavensDad. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Be on the lookout for some free shipping as well. Chatsports.com/RavensDad to get yours today. Number 3, let's talk about Roquan Smith. I feel like we don't talk about Roquan enough, and I think if it wasn't already clear, it's going to be very evident this year that Roquan Smith is going to show why he's the best linebacker in the National Football League. And you look at this Ravens team without Patrick Queen now, not having Patrick Queen by his side. More is going to be asked of Roquan Smith to kind of pick up the load, if you will, left behind of Patrick Queen. Obviously, Trenton Simpson is going to be a big part of that, but I think Roquan Smith is even going to step up himself a bit and take on a bigger role within this defense. And what we've seen from Roquan Smith, he was already very good in Chicago, but since joining the Baltimore Ravens in this elite defense, his play has jumped up to another level. Back-to-back first-team All-Pro selections, 2-time Pro Bowler. He has gone up another step since he joined the Baltimore Ravens, and we saw last year just all around his grades, 80 overall, pass rush grade was solid, 71.1, and a coverage grade, excellent for a player at his position. A linebacker with an 85.5 coverage grade, just outstanding. The statistics last year as well, overall, 158 tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, and 1 forced fumble. I think there's a very good chance that we're talking about Roquan Smith leading the league in tackles this year. And I know that stat, folks, is a little bit deceiving, right, when you talk about guys that lead the league in tackles. But for him, because of how well he is in coverage, I think you're going to see everything come together where Roquan Smith shows his best potential and puts it all together and leads this defense and really just puts this group on his back. I expect big things to come out of Roquan Smith this season. Is our guy, Roquan Smith, the best linebacker in the National Football League? I think so. What do you guys think? HY for hell yes. HN for hell no. Chime in the comments section. Show some love for Roquan Smith. I better not see any hell no's in the chat. Show some love for Roquan. Spam those HYs. We are covering your Baltimore Ravens each and every day on Ravens Rundown with daily news and rumors. We're also bringing you breaking news. Anytime the Ravens make a move of sorts, we're going to break it down here on the channel for you. Also covering OTAs as well. The latest happenings in your Baltimore Ravens all off-season long is right here on Ravens Rundown. Help us reach our next milestone, 17,000 subscribers, 369 away from reaching that. Lock us in. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/RavensTV. Number 4, let's talk about the offensive line. I think this group is going to be a lot better than what the mainstream drive-by media has given this group credit for. I think they're a lot better than advertised. And for me, it starts in the middle with Tyler Linderbaum. Linderbaum entering his 3rd year in the National Football League, former first-round pick out of Iowa. You know, I understand that you may be concerned about Ronnie Stanley getting another year older and the injury issues he's dealt with, or going with a youngster like Roger Rosengarten on one side of the offensive line and the question marks with the interior at the guard spots. But as long as Tyler Linderbaum is leading this offensive line, this group's going to be in good shape. We've seen Linderbaum take some big steps up the right direction. Year 2 was a huge step forward. He was very good as a rookie as well. But as a Pro Bowler and just everything he does so well, the offensive grade, the run block grade, the pass block grade, I trust Tyler Linderbaum to kind of carry everyone else, if you will. I feel better about the uncertainty at the guard spot or how much Roger Rosengarten will come along with having Tyler Linderbaum there. Tyler Linderbaum is going to make those other guys better with anchoring things down at that center position. To me, that makes me feel much more confident about this group than what most people will give them credit for. What's your confidence level in this Ravens offensive line? I feel pretty good, actually, myself. I'll go with about an 8. Scale it for me in the comments section, 1 through 10, what your confidence level is with this group. A lot of folks out there are not giving Justin Madubuike the credit he deserves. What I'm hearing from a lot of folks outside of Baltimore Ravens circles is that Madubuike had one great year and that we shouldn't expect that to happen again. And that's just simply not true. I think what we saw out of Madubuike last year was not an anomaly. I think it will continue and will be the standard going forward. And I honestly think that Madubuike, with that money he's being paid, It's rightfully so being paid. I love what I saw from him last year. I don't think he's peaked yet. I still think his best football is ahead of him in 2024 and beyond. Last year, a second-team All-Pro, a Pro Bowler, career highs in tackles, sacks, tackles for loss, and forced fumbles in 2023. If we're going to be frank, I think Madubuike is just getting started, if we're going to be honest here, folks. Those 13 sacks he had last year, sure, he might take on some more double teams, and that number might be less this year. But if he's taking on double teams, then that's going to open up opportunities for other guys to step up and excel. Watch out for Justin Madubuike. He's not going anywhere. He's going to have a monstrous season in 2024. Thanks for watching this edition of Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. If you made it to the end of today's show, you love your Baltimore Ravens, you're expecting a big year, spam flock in the comment section. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tyler Jones. We'll see you next time.